Good day YouTube, it's me, SuperMinecraftMe, and I've got something that I've been working on for quite a while and would really like to show you. Now if you've seen the title of this video, you should already know what this is. But if you're blind and haven't seen the title of this video, first off, why are you watching this video? And second, I'm going to show you now what I've been working on. It is this. Now this is a 12 piston extender, or if you want the correct terms, a dodeca piston extender, because dodeca means 12, you know. This is my own design, and I designed it so that it would work with the Minecraft Bedrock edition. Now the reason that I am in the PC edition, as you can tell by the top corner in the F3 screen, is because I simply actually can't record on my iPad, which has the Bedrock version. So I've chosen to do it here. I've reproduced my design and it works flawlessly, just as before. And so yeah, I'm going to show you how it works, and I'm going to show you how to build your own one. So, how it works? Well, as you can already see, there are in fact 12 pistons. Count them if you like. Okay, you can stop counting now. Now, when you flick this lever, which is the input, it sends a signal going through this line right to the end. At the same time, at every block, it has a repeater that faces that way. As it does that, it powers each of these pistons in succession and powers the one before it, which should already be extended. Now, many people recognize this circuit as it is a pulse extender. It's a pretty simple one too. But that works so that once it has fully extended, when you unpower it, it will complete the first set of retraction, which is what this section up the top here is for. Now, at the end of the extension circuit, we have a falling edge monostable circuit, which is a monostable circuit that will activate once this has deactivated. So what that'll do is it'll send a quick pulse through each of these circuits on either side. This one, because it only has one repeater, will activate first, and then this one, and then each one after the other. The way it works is it will completely extend, and then it will retract one block at a time until it comes back to here, as marked by the gold block. So now I will show you it's working in full efficiency. As you can see, it's pretty slow, but that is to accommodate for the slow movement of pistons in the Bedrock version of Minecraft. But once I unflick this lever, you should see that the circuit makes its way through the system, and we have a very cool effect happening here. As you can see, the gold block has moved back to its original position, as marked by the other gold block, and so we can see this is in fact a working design. As this design is sort of shaped like a meteor or a comet, with the body here and the tail off in this direction, I have creatively chosen to call this design the Comet design. And now I'll show you how to build your own one. To build your own Comet design 12 piston extender, you want to choose where to build it. I'm going to build it here where this red block is. Now you start by making a U shape. Now continue on with making another U shape, making a very weird looking W. Now you want to continue this on 12 times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place a gold block on the 7th one. This will be where the piston extender ends. The block will be here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After you've done that, you want to go back and fill in the rest of the pattern, like so. Now that you've done this, you want to start with your redstone repeaters. Put them down the middle like this with one tick. So without right clicking on them or tapping them. Then you want to go down this side, the right side, and place repeaters on 4 ticks. Like so. Hopefully I've decided to time-lapse this, otherwise it might get pretty boring. Now you want to do the same, coming back with repeaters on 4 ticks. Now you can put in your input here, and you've created what looks like a very elaborate pulse extender. If we flick this lever on, you can see the signal travels right to the end. This will be the extension circuit. Turning off this lever will keep all of this line on until it reaches the end, and that's what starts the retraction. Coming over here, we can now put in our pistons to see this work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with our block on its face. Now to see it in action, just flick the lever. And you can see the whole thing extends. If yours hasn't extended, then you haven't built it right, and you're going to have to start the tutorial again. Now we can see the first phase of retraction. As you can see, it has already pulled back one of these pistons, which is why there are 2 here. And now we can move on to the rest of the tutorial with the next circuit. Now the retraction circuit is a little bit more complicated, because we need to do what we just did here, but a lot more times, and a lot longer as well. So we start with a falling edge monostable circuit. Place a redstone torch here. I'm using orange concrete to show where the next circuit is, and place a grid of 2 by 3, 6 blocks. Now you want to place a comparator in subtract mode over here. You want to place a repeater set to 2 ticks and redstone going all the way around. Now this should set off a pulse. You want to place 2 more blocks here with redstone on top of each of them, another block with a repeater to 0 ticks, and a block on its face. You want to place a redstone torch there, a block up like this, and a redstone torch there. And that is the beginning of the retraction circuit. Now you'll want to continue on by placing in orange blocks on either side with repeaters facing on either side and redstone. Now we'll start with the yellow circuit. Now to start the next part of the retraction circuit, what you want to do is take your yellow blocks, or whatever color you've chosen, and place it next to each piston like this, 2 blocks at a time. like so. Then what you want to do is you want to place redstone on top of each of your yellow blocks, like so. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to go place blocks in between each of your yellow blocks, like so, and then you want to place blocks on top of your redstone. We're nearly done the first part of the retraction circuit, and so now what we want to do is place repeaters on 4 ticks between each of them. Now what this yellow circuit is doing is mirroring the red circuit at the bottom here. As you can see, when it is fully extended, the pistons would be here, and so it would power each of them in succession, pulling back the one before it, right down to the end. And what this is doing is it is going to power each of them in succession, also pulling them back one at a time till it reaches the end. Now to connect it to the rest of the circuit, just grab your orange blocks. You want to pull this right back, put in a repeater at 4 ticks, put in 4 orange blocks with redstone on them, and then connect these up with redstone. I'll show you why you have to do this later, but for now we'll test it to see if it works. What we have here is the extension, and the good thing about it is that no matter what happens, the extension will always work because of the way it's done. But now if we retract it, we will see that it will retract it twice. So here we see the first retraction and the second retraction happening. It produces a cool effect because it sends pulses through the pistons right to the back, and as you can see, we now have 3 of our 12 pistons fully retracted. Now to do the next bit, do the same as you did on the other side. Place your yellow blocks on the sides of the pistons, only up to this one. Place your redstone in, and place your blocks around it. You want to place in your redstone repeaters now, each of them at 4 ticks. And now we hook it up to the orange circuit, which I'm going to call the timing circuit, because it provides all of the appropriate timings for each of these circuits. You want to put down 3 repeaters at 4 ticks each on this side in order to have it working at the right time, and then you can connect it up with redstone. Now let's test it again. The extension circuit still works, which is a good sign. And we should see the retraction happen 3 times now. There is the first retraction, the second retraction, and the third retraction. And as we can now see, there are 4 pistons right at the end here, where before there were 3. And so now we go past the yellow circuit and we move on to the green circuit. Okay, now to build the green circuit, it's similar to the yellow circuit. We build off of these redstone columns here, but we skip the first one. So we go from here and we just build off. We skip the first one and we skip the last one, and we just continue the pattern all the way across, like so. Place in your redstone on each of the green blocks here, and place in repeaters at the top with 4 ticks. Now what you want to do is continue on from your orange circuit and go right the way back. You want to place repeaters on 4 ticks with 3 extra repeaters on either side. As you can see, there's one here, but then we have 3 extra ones on this one, altogether bringing our total up to 4 more than before because of this one here. Now that the green circuit on that side is now done, and so we do the same here. We place our redstone on each of the green blocks here, and we place our repeaters on 4 ticks. We take our orange blocks and we pull them right the way back, place redstone there, and put in all of your repeaters. You want to take them back so that they're 3 repeaters longer than this side, always. And now that's the green circuit done. Now we can test it once again. Now you should see that it retracts 5 times from our previous 3. As you can see, there are now 6 pistons at the end here, whereas previously there were only 4. And so now you can continue doing this with all the rest of your colored blocks. I'm going to do these in a time lapse. I wouldn't recommend building this in survival mode. Why, you ask? Well, it uses a lot of repeaters, which means a lot of smooth stone and a lot of redstone. It also uses a lot of blocks. It uses one of these, which I guess isn't so bad because they only need 1 quartz, but still. And also, why would you want to build one of these in survival mode? Now with the final circuit, because we're nearly done, as you can see on this side there are 2, so to take away 1 on each side would leave nothing. So this side is completely finished. but on this side, as you can see, there are 3, and so we put 1 in the middle. And now the design should be finished. Now let's test it. So we have the extension circuit, which still works. Yes, that's very good to see. I haven't broken that. And now the retraction circuit. As you can see, each of the lines activates in succession from one another. And so it is fully retracted, as you can see by the gold block here. And so now I have an exact replica of the original. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And so I want to thank you very much for watching. Have a good afternoon or morning. Well, goodbye.